Hello, my name is Angela. Welcome to Meditative Moments. Today's practice will be a hatha flow, and I actually would like to invite a theme for today's practice, and that theme will be gratitude. So, I would like for you to think of all that you are grateful for. And so, I would like for you to carry that theme of gratitude throughout this entire practice. So, for the meditation to begin, set the intention for whatever it is that brings you gratitude, whomever it is that brings you gratitude. So, I was thinking about all of that transpired throughout 2020. And so the past several months, there's been quite a bit that we've experienced. So there's a lot to come. And so I just thought that this would be a great time. We're transitioning, we're getting back out. There's a lot of things that are still to come. So there are a lot of things also to be grateful for. So again, that's just what came to mind for me. So again, if there's anything that you would like to bring to practice as a goal or an intention that you would like to set, please feel free. It's just something that I wanted to offer you today. So with that though, I'm also going to offer a heart opener as a start for our meditation. So we will begin with a guided meditation. We'll go through some postures. We will end with a short meditation, and then of course the fun, relaxing, final resting pose at the end. So this time I also have the water aromatherapy going as well. So if you have one of those at home, feel free. I am diffusing the lavender aroma essential oils, which are very relaxing. So if you would like to turn yours on, if you have one of those, that would be wonderful. You have a few moments to go and set that up as well. So also, again, grab your props, blocks, a blanket, a bolster, and again, if you don't have blocks, you can always use books or any type of vegetable cans, soup cans, any type of cushions, sofa cushions, pillows, and any blankets. So let's get started. Again, so traditionally we would sit any comfortable seat, and you can still do that today. But again, since we're going with the theme of gratitude, I wanted to offer and show you a wonderful, comfortable, seated, reclined heart opener. So we will take the blocks and set them up like so. So we'll take one block at the highest height, and then a second block like this. Set this here, and then you take either your bolster or cushion and set it up this way. So it's supported. And then you would just come and bring the back of your hips and scooch all the way to the base of the bolster. And again, you can have your feet crossed or in butterfly with your soles touching, which is a nice inner thigh stretch. Or another option is just to keep your legs straight out, whichever is most comfortable for you. Once again, here, a lot of people like to have the blanket in this pose because since you are totally relaxed, you could once again, just like with the final rest at the end, Shavasana, you could become a little chilly. So either way, make yourself comfortable for this beginning meditation heart opener, which is reclined, supported heart opener. And just ease back into comfort. As you find yourself relaxed here, breathing in and breathing out, letting go of any tension, letting go of anything that happened earlier today. Just fully arriving here on your mat, arriving here in the practice today. Letting go of your to-do list for later, even letting go of your to-do list for tomorrow. Just breathing in and breathing out. Feeling supported by the props beneath you. Knowing that there's no place to be but right here, right now, in this moment. Taking another moment just to check in with the body. Doing a gentle body scan. Checking in to see if you're holding any tension anywhere. And just releasing. Notice maybe if there's any tension in your toes. And releasing that. If there's any tension in your shins. Your knees. Maybe your thighs. Notice your hips. Your abdomen, your chest, your hands, your fingers, your forearms, your upper arms, your shoulders, your neck. Notice your face, your lips, your nose, your eyes, your forehead, the back of your head, notice your whole body. Just notice your whole body supported here, relaxed. In this moment, right now, notice your breath, notice your heartbeat. Connect with it. Thank yourself, thank your body. Sometimes we take our bodies for granted. Our bodies carry us so far. It does so much for us. And you've chosen to take time out for yourself and for your body today to give it a gift of relaxation. So arrive here in this moment and be present. I invite you to be present in this moment. At this time, I also invite you that if you did choose to set your intention and follow the theme of gratitude, that you recall all that you are thankful for, or all that bring you gratitude. Recall that to your mind right now and pull that into your heart center. Pull that all into your heart, and if you would like, place your left hand onto your heart and then your right hand on top of your left hand, and notice what that feels like. What is that feeling? What is it that you feel right now as you think of all that brings you gratitude? And just take a moment here with that. Breathe it in, breathe it in, breathe it in, breathe it in. on your next exhale, just slowly roll off of your props. If you have chosen to take the heart opener with the supported recline, just gently roll off into the fetal position. Take a couple of breaths there and just be careful to push the props out of your way. Come over into, again, the fetal position for a few moments. And then we will all meet into Child's Pose. In Child Pose, bring the big toes to touch. Knees wide as the mat. And just push back. Thighs to heels. Bring your hands out flat. Forehead to the mat. Take a few breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. Raise up to tabletop position. Bring the hands hip width apart. Stack the shoulders over wrist. Hips over knees. The knees are also hip distance apart. We'll do a couple of cat-cows here. Tucking the chin, rolling, curving the spine as we tuck the chin and stretching the spine, pushing through the mat with the palms of the hand as we curve the spine for cat pose, feeling the stretch across the shoulder blades. And just slowly at your own pace, one breath, one movement, and as we lower the belly, raise the head as if we want to touch the head to the tailbone for cow. And exhale, curve the spine for cat. Nice slow movements. Inhale for cow. Exhale, cat. Again, you can go as fast or as slow as you need to. This is one breath, one movement. Yoga is syncing the breath with the movement. It's basically the definition of union. Syncing the breath with the movement so there's no rush. One more. And as we come to this last neutral spine, flat for tabletop. We'll push back into child's pose, but this time we won't bring our big toes to touch. We will just push back with our knees the same distance apart as we had with the tabletop. And we'll come back up, kind of like a rocking motion for sunbird. So on the exhale, we'll push back down and inhale as we come up like a scooping motion. So rounding the spine, and this is stretching the spine and the lower back. Also, for flexibility, stretching the spine, oxygenating. So exhaling as we go down into like child's pose. Inhaling as we come up, curving. Exhale. Inhale like a scooping motion. At your own pace. You're doing good. A few more rounds like that. And just so you know, if you need a break at any time, you can just come here, bring your legs together for hero's pose, or you can just come down for child's pose. This is another version of child's pose, or again, the first option that I showed you, where you bring your big toes to touch and bring the knees as wide as the mat, sinking the chest down between the legs and thighs, bringing the hands out as far wide as possible, forehead to mat, and rest for child's pose. And that is a resting pose in yoga for any time you need to take a break, and then just come back to the exercise or the posture of the last one that we were doing. So again, we're currently still doing the sunbird pose, but I wanted to show you a couple of options in the event that you needed to take a break. So again, at your own pace, we're still doing the sunbird, which is the rocking wave motion between tabletop and child's pose. So just a few more rounds of those, inhaling on the way up through tabletop and exhaling as you come back down through child's pose. And just, again, being mindful of one breath, one movement. And if you have to make a movement longer to match your breath, that's perfectly fine. Or if you have to speed up to match your breath, that's fine as well. Just the main thing is you want to just move with the breath. That's the most important thing. You don't want to run out of breath. during a movement. That's, what's most important. It's not to, keep up with anyone else or keep up with the instructor. You just want to, keep up with your pace. That's what's most important. Okay, so whichever round you're on right now, make that your last round, and we will meet back in tabletop. And again, this is tabletop pose. Here, shoulder stacked over wrist and hips over knees. So this next pose, we're going to do a spinal balance. So when we start with the right foot, bring the right leg back. Here, stretch it out. Find your balance for a few. Lift the right leg up. Hold it. Square the hips. It shouldn't be hiked up like this. So the hips are square to the mat. Lift the left arm up and hold it for 3, 2, 1. Bring the leg down and then the arm and bring it back to tabletop. Very good. Now, left side. Yoga, we all about balance. What you do with one side, you do with the other. Okay? So let's get ready for the left side. Stretch the left leg out. Find your balance. Lift the left leg. Again, if you find your leg up like this, just try to square the hips so that the hips are square with the mat. Again, this is always an option to keep the toes to the mat and then bring the right arm up. That's a modified version. Or bring the left leg up till you find your balance and then the right arm. For 3, 2, 1. Lower the leg, the hand, and bring the leg back to tabletop position. And push back into child's pose for a rest. Okay, coming back up into tabletop. We're setting up now for thread the needle. And we're going to start on the right side. Starting position, tabletop. Again, shoulder stacked over wrist, hips over knees. Starting with the right arm, we're going to inhale the arm up, twist to the right, exhale, thread through the left side, inhale the arm up, exhale through, inhale the arm up, exhale through, inhale the arm up. This time as you exhale through, you lower the shoulder and the head all the way down to the mat. And another option with this is to stretch the leg out behind you. And it looks like I need some gloves in order to stretch my leg out. Yep. So that's just more of an advanced stretch. So 3, 2, 1, press up, counter stretch, lift up, and back down for tabletop. Okay, so now with the left side, left, up, inhale through, inhale, and exhale. Inhale up, and exhale. Inhale, and this time exhale through, lower all the way down. One more inhale, exhale, press yourself up, counter stretch, inhale, and exhale down from tabletop. Okay, now step the right foot forward for low lunge. What we're going to do is bring this left foot back as far as comfortable. And the right foot, the knee is over the ankle. And this is a good time to grab your blocks to get the nice lunge stretch. Mindful of the knee, that you're not on the kneecap. This is also a good time, if your knees are sensitive, you can grab the blanket and put the blanket under your knee. Stretch, lunge. You should feel the stretch in the inner thigh. Again, mindful that the knee doesn't turn out. You want the knee pointing straight forward. The blocks are a good option to give you height, to bring the floor closer to you. Another option is to the thigh. Here, inhale the arms up. Slight back bend for crescent lunge. Bring your hands down to the thigh, flat to the mat. Plant the left hand. Inhale the right arm up and twist toward the right. Another option is tuck the toes, lift the knee. Lower the knee, lower the hand. Both hands are in the inside, heel toe, the foot out for lizard pose. Again, the block is good for here. One more inhale and exhale. Press all the way back. Bring the left leg to meet the right leg. Move the blocks out of the way. Press back, big toes to touch, knees wide. Take a rest for child's pose. On your next inhale, pull forward and switch sides. Step the left foot forward and go lunge. And we'll grab the blocks and move them up here for easier access. A low lunge. Again, use the blocks to bring the floor to you. Once again, thigh is an option. See if you can sink lower into that stretch. Mindful that the knee is not extending beyond the ankle. And always inhale the arms up, slight back bend for crescent lunge. And take 3 breaths here. If you have taken this option, hands to thighs. Lower the hands down to the inside, heel toe, the feet out toward the left for lizard. And if you have the blocks, you can use the blocks again to bring the floor to you. Bring the forearms to the block for a deeper stretch. And we won't be here long, just holding this for a few more seconds. You're doing good. And pushing back up on the blocks. Moving the blocks out of the way. Bringing in the left leg to meet the right. And pushing back. Big toes to touch. Child's pose for rest. Breathe in and breathe out. Pull ourselves up to modified plank and then full plank for 3, 2, knees to mat, lower for cobra, baby cobra, elbows in, lift, and exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. One more inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. This time, inhale, lift a little bit higher, forearms to the mat for Sphinx Pose. Chin is parallel to the floor, gaze is forward, core is engaged. One more breath in and exhale lower. And just rest. On its next inhale, it's almost like the Sphinx Pose. We're going to lift up, but this time, as you lift up, we will spread our arms out with spider fingers and lift up for seal pose. So you're pressing, it's a back bend, and you're kind of using your fingers to hold you up. You're not pressing with your fingers, you're also using your back muscles. The shoulders are not hunched up towards your ears. The shoulders are relaxed. The gaze is forward. So it is a back bend, strengthening the back muscles and the core. Also the thighs. Breathe in. Doing really well. 2 more breaths here. And exhale, rest. Okay, this is our final pose before we go into our final relaxation. So if this is accessible, you can just lift your leg, grab your ankle, and then the other leg and grab your ankle or your feet, and then just lift up for bow, or you can just reach for it. So, and just 3 breaths here. So at your own pace, whenever you're ready, just as long as you can, as high as you can, whenever you're ready. Inhale. And release. Very good. So, just find our way onto our backs. And once you get on your backs, just take a couple of counter stretches. Just like bring your legs in and just rock and roll on your spine. Just bring one knee in and the other. Bring both knees in and kind of roll the knees around. If you would like, you can plant your feet on the mat into a bridge pose or two gently as you roll up and down. And now, once again, if you would like to find that supported heart opener for your final resting pose, I will set up the bolster again for you, so you'll see what it looks like. So again, the blocks, the taller one, and then a shorter one here. You just have the bolster there, and then your blanket. Or if that's too high for you, you can always just have the bolster flat. But this is a very deep back bend, if you know that's okay. And so it's a very wide heart opener. So whichever makes you most comfortable. And then of course, the traditional Shavasana where you can just lay flat on the floor, just relaxed with your arms, just lay there, or your feet covered up. Relax for the next few minutes. So, I invite you now to begin to settle into the final moments of the practice. Revisit the intention that you set at the beginning of practice. Take a few moments to recall all that you are grateful for, all of which you find gratitude for. And once again, I invite you to recall that same feeling that you found deep in your heart center at the beginning of practice. Continue connecting with your breath. Continue to connect with your mind. Continue to connect with your body. Continue to connect with what's in your heart. Continue to connect with the present moment. I will be quiet for the next few moments. I hope you will find some peace during these next few moments of meditation, and I will let you know when it's time for the next thing. Gently roll over to whichever side is most comfortable for you, and find your way to a seated position. Maybe as you are finding your way into a seated position, you might want to take a nice stretch as you're doing so. And once you arrive to your seated position, gently and slowly let the light of your room in. I invite you to bring your hands to heart center. Thank you for practicing with me today. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you be abundant. May you be loved. And may you be accepting. Namaste. I look forward to seeing you the next time.